Hello and welcome everybody. Welcome back to another fabulous episode of the Let's Talk Fabulous show. I am this week's host, Kim O'Neill, and so happy to be here with you today. We are going to be talking about, but more than just talking about, gratitude. And that's why we've called today's show Gratitude Power Hour, because we're not just talking about it, we're going to be about it, we're going to express about it. And I invite all of you to join in with us, tap into that, feel that, expand that, love it. Thank you for being here. We'll be right back. Let's talk. All right. Hello. Welcome.
Hello.
So good to have you all here today. And we have one more panelist who may be joining us. And I'll just go ahead and put it out there right now. I apologize if you end up hearing a little audio, something. We noticed a little something before the show. And if that happens, we're going to do our best to roll with it. So today we're talking about gratitude, folks. Oh, and hello, Pati. I'm so glad you could join us.
Yay.
Okay. So we're having a gratitude power hour. We're not just going to be talking about gratitude. You know, it's always a good reminder to talk about gratitude and the benefits and how wonderful it is. But I am excited because we're going to be really tapping into that energy. We're going to be generating that energy and expressing that today. And all of these lovely panelists, I know they know how to do that. I've seen it, I've felt it. And so we're going to have fun with it today. A quick hello to everyone who's with us. Let us know for you, what does gratitude feel like for you when you tap into it? And I think I'm gonna start the conversation by asking each panelist, why did you want to be part of today's show? What really resonated for you? And I'm gonna leap on over to Barry. I just want to start with Barry. Barry, why did you want to be part of today's show?
Because you're the host. I mean, you started this. I mean, a week ago, you made a post about gratitude, and I liked it. You said, what's one thing you're grateful for? And I said, I'm so grateful every time I see one of your posts, Kim, because your posts are always uplifting and bring people one step closer to who they're meant to be. So, and again, because I'm in Canada, as I usually am, because I live here, this weekend is Canadian Thanksgiving. So I know American Thanksgiving is next month. So with the exchange rate, we celebrate 30% earlier. So we get a first shot at all the turkeys, but the problem is we elect some of them. So, but but I mean, you can even be grateful for politicians, because for anybody who stands, and again, I don't want to get into politics, but anybody who has the guts to put their name on a ballot, they know that a third of the country is going to hate them, a third of the country is going to love them, and a third of the country is going to be undecided, whether that's local or anything. So we got to be grateful for all those women and men who say, you know what, I stand for this, and I'm going to do that. So to be in gratitude, as you know, as an honored guest for the third time on this show, we've talked before about me surviving stage 4 cancer, surviving prostate cancer. So I have so much to be grateful for. So thank you for having me as a panelist again.
Absolutely. And thank you for getting us started on that note, Barry, and happy Thanksgiving to you today and all those in Canada who are celebrating. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going to jump on over to Kaelen next. Kaelen, what made you want to say yes to today?
Girl, you and I go way back. And I just always say yes to Kimmy. Kimmy's almost soul sister from another mister. I know we got this deep sister love affair going on. And I know, hug it in, sister, hug it in. And we've exchanged gratitudes throughout the years. I've known Kimmy since 2017, and I love gratitude. I've been a deep gratitude practitioner since 2010, and it's the magic. Gratitude is the magic. You want to change your life, you go into that deep heartfelt gratitude and you feel it, and it just is like it's just so juicy. You can't help but go, my life is really good, even with all the crap that's going around. It doesn't matter, because all of it adds to the beauty of the gratitude. right? That tapestry can't be a tapestry if it's just all beautiful light colored threads. There has to be the dark there. And going into gratitude for the darkness, the contrast, that is where magic happens. So I had yes, right? Had to say yes. Thank you. Appreciate you.
I appreciate you. Thank you for that. I love it. Love it. Okay, Andy, it's your turn. I'm putting you in the hot seat. Tell us
Yeah.
why.
You asked during such a period of profound gratitude in my life. I've just been on this months-long role of being grateful for everything. But I took a year-long program in positive psychology 10 years ago. That's where I saw the research about gratitude. Gratitude journaling is something therapists had recommended me for years, and I ignored and poo-pooed and said that's nonsense. But then I tried it, and my happiness skyrocketed. I love that there is no barrier to entry for gratitude. It's free. You don't need any tools. You don't need an investment. You don't need a course. Just say thank you for everything. You can be, as already been said, you can be grateful for everything and anything in your life.
Absolutely. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for being yes for today. Absolutely. Okay, Pati, I'm so excited to hear from you. What made you want to say yes to today's episode?
Well, first of all, okay? I am there. Okay. So gratitude, of course. I said yes to you, Kim. And as Kaelen said, yes to you always, right? So I'm grateful to be here. Number one, grateful that I woke up this morning to begin again, and grateful to be here with the rest of you, amazing people who are sharing from your heart. I can feel it, and I get so excited because it's like gratitude is deep, deep within each one of us. And thank you for the honor and the privilege and opportunity to be here today.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. And I'm putting myself in the hot seat. And I'm going to first start by saying I'm grateful to everyone for saying yes to today. Gratitude has been showing up for me too. And just as Kaelen was mentioning, right, even the not so pleasant times in our life when we can tap into the gratitude for the lessons and the learning, and it really softens and lightens the load. And there's been a lot of gratitude showing up for a lot of really wonderful things for me, but also there have still been some of those like sticky moments. And it's been like, okay, let's tap back into what feels better here. And it's been so helpful. And I'm so grateful. And this show just felt really timely. And I know we didn't even introduce today's panelists. We are going to get to that, but today is really an experiential show. So I want everyone to know here, you're going to get a moment to like say a little bit more. But let's do a little bit more gratituding. And I'm going to go ahead and start with a video from our founder, Tamra, and we'll be right back.
What am I grateful for? Oh, so much. Number one, I'm grateful to be alive. I am grateful for my belief system and that I know we can call upon miracles in our lives. I'm grateful for my family, my friends, my community. I'm grateful for the global family that we've created of buddies. I am grateful for this show and for our hosts. I'm grateful for our production team. I'm grateful for all of you showing up. I am grateful to understand where I've come from, and I'm grateful to be here in this land of promise, to be an American here in the United States of America. I'm grateful for what that means and for the family and the legacy that I share with so many of you out there. I'm grateful also to understand where we've been, to understand where we are today, to go into tomorrow. I'm grateful to be a humanitarian and for all the teams that have come together and that we are preparing for so much to do for so many out there. I'm grateful for those that are right now participating in recovery that we need so desperately, for those that have been affected by so much. I am grateful to know that gratitude in itself is power, and for this power hour today. Thank you, Kim, for inviting me to be a part of it, and may you all find the gratitude that you have in your heart and in your souls.
Oh, I love that. I was just feeling into that. Oh, okay. Here's what I love is that as we hear someone else expressing their gratitude, there can be a nugget or two that just like really resonates, right? And then it opens up our own ability to tap into more of that. Did anybody get some of that as Tamara was speaking, or anything you want to add to that? Everyone's muted. Barry, I saw you raise your hands. I can't hear Barry. I don't know. He's not muted. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I'm going to throw a question out to Pati. Did you have something you wanted to add to that?
Well, I just wanted to add, I heard Tamara say something about recovering. And I want to give a shout out to my sister-in-law and to all of those who are going through metastatic breast cancer. And, we talk today is National Awareness Day. And what I'd like to put out there is I'm so grateful for the awareness. And now it's time to take actionable steps to create some cures or do some other research to find new ways to recover from this. And so that's my shout out in gratitude for what's happening today.
Love that. Thank you for sharing that, Pati. Absolutely. Yeah. Kaelen.
Can you hear?
Oh, yes.
Beautiful. One of the things that she tapped into that I really love is when she was talking about the power of it and knowing that gratitude is a power. In my life, as I have practiced gratitude for almost 15 years, like on a daily basis, because it feeds my soul. It rewires the brain, right? I've learned that when I am in a really crappy mood, but if I go into that space of just sitting in gratitude and I just start reflecting on what I'm grateful for, it just shoots up and it just shoots up and it shoots up. And I get into this space of being like all the other stuff just dissipates. And as she was talking about the power, I'm like, it's real. If we want to own a superpower, own gratitude, because that just starts to build and we can't help but look around and go, wow, I'm grateful for this and that and this and that. I'm grateful I saw this bottle cap on the ground that reminded me of whatever as I was a kid and brought back. And I mean, there's just so many things that we can witness through gratitude as a superpower because it literally shoots us out of ourselves, out of our mind, puts us back into our heart.
Woo! Thank you, Kaelen. Yes.
So that's my
open heart. That's what I'm getting. Especially when you were speaking earlier, I heard open heart. That's what I got. It really helps us do that. Andy, what are your thoughts? I love how you were talking about a therapist who recommended doing gratitude journaling and you resisted it and then you finally did it.
Yeah, it's like everything. If anyone that poo-poos this notion, give it a shot. Like when I finally first I thought journaling was something little girls do in their My Little Princess diaries, and I wasn't going to have anything to do with it. But I decided, all right, I'm going to write down one thing I'm grateful for, and sometimes that was hard. And then I got in the habit. Then let's make it 3. Well, let's go for 5. And by the time I was doing 5 a day, I was like, well, let's go for 10. And then I found myself writing 15, 20. I'm like, oh wait, I've gone over my 10. I'm more grateful than I'm supposed to be. So now I just start and end every day journaling everything top of mind. Sometimes it's 10, sometimes it's 20, but I make it, and it's been mentioned, it's got to be a practice. You've got to consciously choose to be grateful. And the more you do it, the more I realize every day things to be grateful for. My brain starts looking for things to write down at the end of the day. So it's a self-propelling tool of discovery, enjoyment, and joy.
Oh, awesome. I want to highlight one of our audience comments. We have Christopher who had mentioned, find yourself complaining, write down 100 gratitudes on one page to rewire your mind. And he's saying he learned it from Tamara's coach, Todd. Yeah. I actually did that a few years ago. I've been thinking I want to do it again. It might sound like it's really hard to come up with 100 things. And then once you get on a roll, you realize, no, it's not. There are more than 100. I think Christopher just posted that he's now done 200. I mean, it's it's everything. It's not just the big things. It's not just the things that I want that we haven't seen happen yet. It's all the little things. And so I think this is a fantastic segue into let's doing some little rampage of appreciations. And when I say little, I don't mean to undermine it because these are freaking fabulous, big experiences that we get to have when we tap into our gratitude. So, okay, I'll start. And for anyone who's joining us, and this is something that you would like to tap into more, this is your opportunity to just simply take a deep breath, release any tension or stress. Center yourself in this moment and allow yourself to open up to receiving the expansion of gratitude. What shows up for you, what you feel into, just allow it to flow. And so I'm going to start with, I am so grateful for today's conversation and for all of the panelists here. Truly, truly, truly. I know that you get this and I so appreciate you. I so appreciate, just people we're able to connect with and just really feel that love and appreciation and have these wonderful conversations. Like I truly love that. That is so rewarding and fulfilling. I am so grateful for clean running water. I am so grateful for the shower that I had today. I'm so grateful for how it helped me in helping to clear my mind and how it helped me to refresh and step into, I'm excited for today's conversation. I am so grateful that, despite whatever little, tech stuff we noticed before today's show, like, we're having a great show. This is flowing really beautifully. I love it. It's fantastic that, everything is in alignment and support of this show. I'm so grateful for all those out there watching us today and really taking this in and choosing to say, you know what? Yes, I want to expand my gratitude. I want to feel into this, however challenging it may have been in the past. I'm going to choose to just let that go. I'm going to surrender. I'm going to let it flow. I'm going to step into it. I'm going to feel into it. I feel the shift right now. It's deepening in me. I feel the grounding, the expansion. It's almost so good. I could develop tears right now. There's so much to be grateful for. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful. I love my bracelets. I'm sorry they cling, but I love my bracelets. I love this ring. I love that I have water I can also drink. I'm grateful for air. I'm grateful for air freshener. Oh my gosh. I'm so grateful for air freshener. Oh, there were recently some cooking smells that weren't so great, but I had air freshener. Thank you. Oh man, there's so much to be grateful for. Thank you for listening. And I am complete. I love ending statements that way. So, does anybody else want to go next? Do a rampage. Yeah, Barry. And I can't hear Barry. Oh no, we want to hear Barry. We want to hear Barry. Hey, Barry, try to unmute yourself. I don't know what's going on, Barry. Oh, we want to hear Barry. We want to hear Barry. I can't hear you, Barry. You know what, Barry? Let's try a reset one more time. Maybe exit and come back one more time. I wonder if that's maybe just yep. Okay, we're going to see Barry again. Looking forward to it. Kaelen, I invite you to do a rampage.
Oh, this is like my jam, right? I am grateful for music and my body loving to dance to it. And it just feels into it. Like I'm dancing to the music on the beginning of the show. I'm like, yeah, right. And it just feels so good because when I get it, it's like that somatic movement in my being. And I just get so excited and so juicy. And I love feeling juicy. I'm grateful for being able to tap into the juice of my soul and just feeling into those experiences. And oh my God. Dude, I'm grateful for these colors. Don't you love these colors? They're
I
like
do.
a spot. And I just want to like just go and melt into them. I'm grateful for being grateful for things that haven't happened yet and being able to be so intentional for what I want to bring into my existence. I'm grateful for clients current and clients coming. I'm grateful for meeting these new beautiful people, for Pati and Andy and Barry. Like, I'm so excited to have these connections. I'm grateful I live in Colorado and I am so grateful for the mountains. They feed my soul. I'm a crystal junkie. Like I got my crystals on and they just make me so happy. And I feel even more connected to Mama Earth and Father Sky. And I'm grateful for who I am. I am grateful for me loving me in ways that I didn't know I could, even after all kinds of crap happening in my life. But I'm grateful for all of it, because then I couldn't be who I am today and who I show up as. I'm grateful for my deep sisterhood, friendship, kinship with Kimmy. Like I said, we've had for so many years, and meeting her at an event, and she was one of the very first people that I met, and grateful for that beautiful experience, because the trajectory that has catapulted she and I in so many beautiful ways. Like, I'm just grateful for being able to witness where she's gone in her life. Like, that's powerful, right? And I'm just like, my soul is just, ooh, I'm just so grateful. I'm complete, because I'll just start crying. Otherwise, my heart's just so full of gratitude.
I know. I feel it, Kaelen. I love you, and I thank you for expressing your gratitudes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, Barry, let's try one more time. Barry, can
Hello.
we hear?
Yay!
Barry, what are you grateful for?
I'm grateful to be heard.
Me too.
my tech skills, I'm grateful that thank you, God. So I would like to take this answer and combine it with something that Kaelen started in her introduction about sometimes being grateful for the tough stuff. And I've been a speaker now for 33 years, and I've been with Jack Canfield. He taught me way back when, and I wrote one of the Chicken Soup for the Soul books with him. And I was trying to be a better speaker, and he said, come and I'll put you through a training. And one of the things we went through was the repeating question process, where he said, okay, what are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? What do you think? So when you do that the first time, they did it for 60 seconds. So I'm thankful for my wife, my mother, my father, my children, blah, blah, blah. But then we did it the second day, and we did it for 4 minutes. 4 minutes, the first minute is all the surface stuff, right? Which is logical, and there's, I'm not discounting it. But the second minute, you start thinking, I'm thankful there's air. I'm thankful there's air to blow up volleyballs and basketballs. And the rule was you had to say what was ever on the top of your mind or the top of your heart. Don't censor it. And yet, when we got to minute 3, it was like, I'm great. No, I can't say that. I'm grateful. No, I can't say that. I can't say that. And then Jack yells out in the back of the room, if any of you are censoring, and I was like, And my partner said, Barry, you're censoring. I'll ask again, what are you thankful for? I'm thankful that Dad was an alcoholic.
Oh.
I'm thankful that Dad never said I love you. He had a hard time doing that. Now I'm thankful because I know what that means. I'm thankful because of the purpose that the Creator, Heavenly Father, whatever people call him, has given me the ability to communicate and take the tough stuff and deal with it out loud. In the Bible, there's a verse called Romans 8:28 about taking all the bad stuff and turning it into good. I made it a multifaceted, so it's universal. I call it the bless in the mess. And how do we take the bless in the mess and translate that out there? So then all of a sudden, as I started speaking out loud to groups about how could you be thankful that your dad was alcoholic? And they started to get it. Then I got permission from myself and the Creator to go even a little deeper. And I started, geez, I'm grateful that my cousin sexually abused me when I was 8. So I went from the bless in the mess to pulling the great from the hate, because I hated her for the longest time. How dare you do that to me? And now guess what? I get to talk to men and women about the tough stuff. And because if we're all given a different assignment, you don't want me fixing your car, but I can help you heal your soul a little bit, because I always think that a healthy soul is a worthy goal. So if we can take the hate and pull the great from the hate and the blessed from the mess, and I could talk about this forever, but I know we have other panelists. So thank you for Kaelen for giving us that permission to say, talking about the tough stuff. So Kim, I always appreciate being on the show because you don't mind when we tell the truth, because the truth is faster. So.
Oh gosh, Barry, you are just filled with all the nuggets. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, I actually did want to touch on the things that are hard to be grateful for. I will say for me that I've learned that when I'm able to be grateful for the tough stuff, then that's how I also know that I've moved through and beyond it. And it's not always a clean switch. There's forgiveness in there. The gratitude helps me to also be find forgiveness more for whatever situations have been going on, if it warrants that. And I would love for each of us to also say one thing that may have been challenging that you can now say that you have some degree of gratitude for. And so I'll go next. I recently invited some people to have a conversation so that we could improve our relationship. And it was really scary for me to do. But I went ahead and I did that. Only one person took me up on it. And so that was a little sad, but what I'm grateful for is I now have the clarity. And I mean this genuinely. This is not just saying this. I now have clarity of, okay, I know where things stand. This is not something that I need to continue to mull over in my head. I have set myself free because I chose to do that brave thing. Like, that was really scary. And I'm truly grateful that I have that clarity and that peace within now. So that's one of mine out of a challenging thing. Anybody else like to share something they're grateful for that was challenging? Yeah, Andy.
So I am eternally grateful for being laid off this April. I am so grateful for the forced downsizing my life had to go through. I'm so grateful that it's been exactly 1 week. My wife and I live in the tiniest house either of us have ever lived in our lives. I'm so grateful I was able to donate and give away the majority of our furniture. I'm so grateful my tiny house has me surrounded by gallons and gallons, boxes and boxes of gratitude journals that I have created in the last 14 years. And now I don't know what the heck to do with them, but I'm so grateful for everything. I'm so grateful I see the angry red skin in my face and the fake blood in my beard. I'm so grateful that I have a part-time minimum wage seasonal job because I get to scare people as a zombie every weekend night this month. I am so grateful for everything that life seemed to force me into, because once I embraced it, everything I thought was a weakness in myself and in my life is actually a gift. And that is the power of gratitude.
Oh, okay. We're going to get to everyone else, but I just want to encourage everyone to be noticing where you're feeling, where in your body are you feeling an openness and expansion. Maybe it's just more love pouring out. Like, where is something shifting within you? Notice that. Allow yourself to just be with it, feel it, and appreciate and love it. That's like, we don't just do gratitude just because it sounds great and blah, blah. Like, there's a whole massive ripple effect that is beautiful and has massive benefits. Whether you're talking about air freshener or, the childhood traumas, it's the gratitude for anything that we can truly feel like really has that ripple effect benefit. Okay, who would like to go next talking about the gratitude for a challenging thing? Pati.
I'll go. And gratitude, what a very interesting concept, I'm going to call it. People say you've gone through these challenges, right? Somebody comes to you and starts to tell you something. You say, well, you should be grateful for that. You should be grateful for this. You should be grateful that that didn't happen. And I just go, no, I am grateful. I am grateful for the very difficult divorce I went through many years ago that I don't talk much about because I went through it. I walked through it. It was very hard. And before that, it was the assault, the verbal assault, the terrible way that someone could speak to me. And I'm so grateful that that happened, because I now have the opportunity to be able to sit and listen to someone else share what they're going through, and to offer my compassion, and to offer empathy, and to say, hey, I hear you. I hear you. I see you. Yes, that was difficult and that was challenging. And then they get to a place where it's like, oh, wow, I heard that. Wow, I feel better. And then we say, okay, so now how can we move forward? My favorite thing of being grateful for is that there are no mistakes in creativity. And creativity for me is across the board. It doesn't matter. It can be art, it can be writing, music, anything. Here, we're creating a whole new element here for others to stop and pause and take that deep breath and exhale and say, wow, all of these people are on the panel. They look so happy and so excited, and they're sharing all this really good stuff. they too have gone through challenging times. They too have walked through those difficult moments, and look at them. They've come across to the other side. It doesn't mean that we're not going to go through some more challenges, because every day is a new day to begin again. I always say, today for tomorrow. Let's live today in fulfillment and success. This is success, to be here with all of you on the panel and those of you who are viewing, whether live or on the replay. So I am so grateful for getting this opportunity to be able to share that I too have had some very difficult moments. And I too am so grateful that I get to live with joy and excitement and happiness.
That was beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Patti. Yeah, okay. You know what? Okay. Purple hearts, for those that don't know, that is our cue to extend a little additional love to everyone. So we're going to take a quick moment. We'll come right back to continue this conversation. You ladies, you men, you audience. Oh my gosh. I just love it. Love it. And I think now, Kaelen, did you have more you wanted to add? Because I know you actually helped to get us going on this part of the conversation, but I don't know if you had an opportunity to fully expand yet. Did you want to say more? Yeah. Please do.
Thank you. First off, I just got to say thank you, Barry. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Patti. And of course, Kimmy, but thank you for sharing this beautifulness of the truth of who you are. I'm grateful. I'm grateful for the sexual abuse that I had when I was a child. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for completing a 35-year marriage where I could see the toxicity, but I realized that it was gratitude that helped me get through the really, really hard stuff.
Wow. Yeah.
Right? I'm grateful that I completed. I've left the faith of my growing up, of my fathers, and seeing that there is something so much more. And I'm grateful that I'm grateful for where I'm at now, because where I'm at now is being able to release patriarchy, release religious conditioning, release shame, guilt, and fear from sexual trauma that women sit in. I am so grateful for that. I cannot let that line is drawn in the sand, and I cannot go back to who I was before.
Yay!
Right? I'm grateful that all of that pain, all of that sorrow, all of the thousands and thousands and millions of tears that were shed thinking I had something wrong with me was actually what was right with me.
Yeah.
Right? It was what was right with me. And being able to sit now in this space and go, look how far I've come. And just like Patti said, we're going to experience some more stuff. But now, gratitude is what helps me be able to get through those next spaces. It always has. And I'm so grateful for the trauma. Barry, I was taking notes right and left, like the blessing and the mess, taking the hate out. I forget the whole, a healthy soul is a worthy goal. I mean, like, he's throwing out these one-liners. I'm like, my pen's not working fast enough, you know? I'm just like so grateful to know that the trauma that I experienced as a child, the verbal abuse, the sexual abuse, the physical abuse, is all counted for good for me.
Okay. You guys, beautiful. Take it in. So much fabulousness. Thank you for sharing that, Kaelen. I want to have one more that I want to add. I got divorced about 20 years ago. And there was a time when I used to describe it as hell. It felt like hell at the time. And I now am truly so deeply grateful for it. Was it a pleasant experience going through it? No, it wasn't. But what I received out of it was me. There was healing from things I didn't know I needed to heal from back then. And I got me, and I really like who I am. And I really like truly. And so I want to just speak to some of, like, I know Pati touched on this. I want to make sure this is clear to everyone. In no way are we saying ignore your feelings of whatever, the frustration, the grief, the whatever it might be, anger for whatever you're going through. It's so important to feel what you feel so you can release it and move in the direction of your healing and allowing gratitude to eventually be part of that. That's what we're tacking on. I just want to make sure that's clear. In no way are we saying ignore certain feelings. We're simply highlighting the benefit of gratitude and how powerful that is. So, oh my goodness. Yes, I want to hear from the audience. I want to hear, what are you feeling? What are you noticing? Is this helping you tap into some of your gratitude? Is it I don't know, what's showing up for you? I'd love to hear. And I want to highlight a few comments I've seen already. Ooh, we got here Steampunk Poe saying, I am grateful for the cancer. 15 years ago, I would have never met you, wonderful tribe. We are thankful for you too, Steampunk Poe. Thank you. I love that. And what else do we have here? We have Tamara, who is saying, I am feeling the energy of gratitude today. Love hearing that. And we have Thomas with us, who is saying gratitude is the kissing cousin of awareness. And I really like that comment, right? Yeah, to see the panelists' faces. Yeah. Anybody have anything they want to say to that?
I'd like to tap into what I heard you say a second ago, Kim, and also, yes, to add to this, that Thomas said, is that I'm so grateful that you mentioned that all of us who went through trauma, who went through all of the challenges, the abuses and such, we're saying we're grateful for it. And by no means, and as Kim said, we want to make sure that you understand that we went through it, and it doesn't mean that we're not going to go through it again, or that we're saying that that it's not okay for you. I just had to say it a different way. Something just came through me, hit me really hard in my chest. And it's that you're okay to experience, to have your own experience. We're not saying to deny your own experience just because we got through it, because we're still going through it. Again, everything that we have experienced will be with us the rest of our life. And it's how we respond and how we react, because our normal way was to react to everything after those experiences with the anger and all the things that we've mentioned. But it's how we're responding to it going forward. And yes, it's pausing and saying, wow, where was the lesson in this? Where was the good thing that happened to this? Because there's always, right, the coin, the two opposite sides, that with the good, there's the bad. And not to say that everything is good and bad. However, I believe you're getting, if you don't understand, please make a comment and let us know that you're okay, that we believe you're okay. We're okay. You're okay.
Yes, thank you for that, Pati. Absolutely. We are going to take a little segue. I want to share a little video that Andy created for us, and then we're going to continue the conversation. So we'll be right back.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. One of the easiest ways to express gratitude is by saying thank you. And you can say thank you literally with every step you take. That's what I do when I'm out walking my dog, walking from anywhere. Helps clear my mind, helps keep me focused on what's good in life. It's the simplest thing you can do. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for the simplicity of that, Andy. It is that simple. Would you like to elaborate on that?
Well, I find the most beneficial things are simple. But because I want to be a complicated man and you can't help me because everything's too complicated to be solved by simplicity, I reject it all until I just start saying thank you more often and feel my mood increase. And again, it's right. Oxcam's razor. Is that the saying? The simplest solution is the most likely solution. I'm making up quotes. I don't know.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. You know what? So when I used to be a crime analyst for a police department, and one of the things we were taught is that, yes, as much as, you could, as you're analyzing, well, why was this crime taking place in this place and with this, like weapon and all these different things. Sure, it could be as complex as what you see in all the crime shows on TV. And more than likely, it's actually a really simple explanation. It was just this person who happened to be right there. And it was, it's usually not the most complex, crazy, convoluted type of situation. So I hope that made sense. But yeah, I completely agree with you, Andy. Absolutely. Yeah.
It's our ego getting in the way. And if you, so part of gratitude, one of the many powers of gratitude is that it dissolves the ego.
Anybody have something they'd like to add to that? Barry.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to respond to Andy's thank you video with 2 words. You're welcome. Because sometimes people thank us and we don't appreciate their thanks, and we sort of deny them the blessing of being grateful. So, oh shucks, who me, all that kind of stuff. So I did want to expand on all of the points that all y'all are making. I learned that expression. I heard about y'all, but then I heard about all y'all. So that's all of us. So I can speak Alabama now. So I found, especially, I've been a speaker for 33 years, but with all the stuff that went on, and the new panelists don't know this, but in 2009, it was ABCs: accident, bankruptcy, cancer, divorce, employee theft, all at the same time.
Oh. And
the cancer was, Mr. Spilchuk, get your affairs in order. And after I caught my breath, I looked at the doctor and said, I haven't had any affairs. And the nurse laughed her butt off. The doctor goes, oh, that's not funny. But while I was in the hospital, my wife, who had said, I love you, but I don't want to be married anymore, still came to visit me every day. And that because not only were we still friends, but we were going through and signing bankruptcy papers while I'm lying in the hospital bed. Now, again, the bless and the mess, flipped it all around. Everything got fixed. We never did get divorced. Next month, we'll celebrate our 44th anniversary. We were separated for a while, but all of it came together. But while I was going through all that, because I was a motivational speaker and I'm supposed to be Mr. Positive, when I wasn't being grateful for even the tough stuff, I found that I was pouring gas on the fire. And to me, gas was guilt and shame. Ooh. Oh, I should know better. I should be better. I should get this faster. And to me, what I learned was about shame. I love the concept of what's the shame lady, Brene Brown. She said if perfection is in the driver's seat, shame is riding shotgun. And then as I studied it more, I thought, what did shame mean to me? And shame meant secretly hiding a monstrous experience. Secretly hiding a monstrous experience. And then when I stopped hiding it and I brought it to the forefront, it became, shame now stands for sharing happily a meaningful experience. So again, when we can take that tough stuff and bring it out loud and not just say, oh, I'm thankful for everything, yeah, that's nice, but stop lying. I'm not thankful for that in the moment. I'm still mad. I'm still pissed. And I'm getting through it. And I'm getting to that gratitude. Yes, it's coming. It's coming one step at a time, one step closer to healing every single day, one step closer to your God every single day, one step closer to celebrating and coming out of it every single day. So I'm so grateful for that. And I know when I started talking about the tough stuff, a few years after I had the cancer experience, I was invited to be on a national radio show on the CBC in Canada. And when I started talking about being grateful for the tough stuff, and the guy said, well, what do you mean by that? And I said, well, I'm grateful for the accident. I'm grateful for the bankruptcy. And he went, really? I said, I'm grateful for the cancer. And he went, what? And I said, as I started to explain it, I said, look, it was stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I'm trying to get in there, but I was lying in a hospital bed for 36 days. I got to take a break because I was trying to solve all the problems of the world. And he said, so you're grateful for that? And I said, yes. And he said, well, thank you. And we'll go to commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the interview is supposed to be half an hour. He cut it off after 20 minutes because he thought I was insane because I was grateful for the cancer. He didn't get it. Or, you know, in retrospect, I didn't explain it properly so that he could get it. So it's part of our job, all of us on the panel here, where we've been called to talk to people to help them feel better and to help them get one step closer to healing. So it's our job to take the tough stuff and say it out loud, and so that they can go, oh, and they can mull it over. Because some of the stuff that we're saying today, some people going, are you guys insane? And some of the people are going, oh, thank you for saying that. I needed to hear that.
Yeah.
Again, thank you to you and Tamara for hosting all this, because we get to talk about the truth, and the truth is faster. So I love that. So thank you for allowing me to have that.
Absolutely. Thank you for all that. Yeah, I want to add that I see it as, I mentioned heart opening earlier, when we really tap into our gratitude and we can feel that just space open up. But it's also an opportunity to also get more in tune with what we're feeling. So just like with what Barry was saying, you know, if you find yourself saying you're grateful for something, but you really can't feel it, that's just like, right? Then that's okay. Let yourself be okay with that, you know, and you don't have to force that. What are you actually grateful for? And really tap in and expand that. Yeah. Oh, okay. We're going to take a little commercial again. We'll be right back. So loving this conversation. Let me know in the comments, what are you grateful for?
Taking my sweet time, feels right, living in the moment, 'cause I know where I'm going. I'm taking my sweet time, each time. Sick and tired of seeing people always running in circles, chasing lies that never got them past the surface. What happened to our purpose?
And thank you to Barbara, Queen Barbara Beckley, for that video. She donated that today, so grateful for her. We're going to highlight a couple of audience comments. We have Natasha with us, who said, I'm grateful for my journey of healing from breast cancer and the life I was saved from. Wow. It literally saved my life from a pathway of destruction. Grateful. Thank you for sharing that, Natasha. I am, thank you. Thank you for that. And I want to highlight Joy's comment. She said, being real with our emotions gives us permission to love every part of ourselves so we can then be grateful. Yeah, absolutely. What's coming up for today's panelists? Anybody have something they'd like to share at this moment?
I would. Yes. I'm a little surprised, pleasantly surprised, at just the whole feeling of this show from the beginning. I have been sitting here and I have a lump in my throat and my saucers are filling with rain, and I just I'm smiling with tremendous joy. I just feel so grateful that we're able to share and express from that place of the unknown, and just showing up and saying, you know, this is how I feel right now. This is what I'm thinking. This is what and I mean, I mentioned something, the two sides of the coin, and it's when in relationship, when we're home, when things aren't flowing and you just snap and you just go, oh, wow, and catch yourself and say, oh, but I'm so grateful that my partner did this, or I'm so grateful the dog was there that I almost tripped over, or I'm so grateful for all these things. But going ahead and expressing how you feel in the moment, and then offer a thank you for that, so that I can see that I don't want to do this again. I don't want to do that again. And I'm so overwhelmed with a deep joy that's surfacing from just everyone's voice and the messages from the audience. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Words that my mother always taught us when we were kids. You can respond with thank you. That's enough. Thank you. And so, Andy, thank you for the video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And Kim, thank you. Kaelen,
Thank you.
Barry, thank you.
Thank you, Patty. We can just feel it. We can just allow. We can just let it sink in. Just taking a moment. Yeah, I still feel some like tears there, but it's all like happy. It's happy. Gratitude, joy, appreciation. Kaelen.
As we're sitting here, this is like the epitome of the gratitude practice, because now we're feeling the effects of gratitude. We're feeling the frequency, the elevation, the vibration, and it's palpable. And it's like, I feel like we are these we've created a portal of ignition of this gratitude for ourselves and for others. And I already know the rest of my day is going to be like freaking awesome, right? Because I've got all of this juiciness that's literally powered me and pushing me up and out. And like, for me, I'm feeling it in my solar plex, and my solar plex is like, oh, I'm so happy. I'm like, oh no, me too, right? It's so juicy. And it's like, where are we going to go today? What fun experiences? Because now, as we're in this space, what are we going to attract?
Yes.
The magic that we're going to attract that's going to bring in what it is that our heart's desire is. So, like, this is freaking amazing. And doing this on a daily basis, like, who wouldn't want to do this stuff? This stuff is too good to leave it on the table. That's like you're leaving gold on the table when you don't go into gratitude, right? So
Yeah.
thank you. I'm complete on that one.
Absolutely. Whoo! I have to add, okay, Barry, okay, one second. I just want to add that it brings us into the present moment, right? So all those things that may have been weighing on our mind, our heart, all of that kind of stuff, gratitude brings us right into the present. It's all a journey. It's all a process. That's been part of my learning. Barry, what do you have to add? We're going to start to wind down the show. So with that in mind, Barry, go ahead and please share.
Well, I want to segue on the exact quote that you just said, enjoy the moment, right? Because when my wife and I were going through that flat spot, we tried to save our marriage, and it was like, okay, we can't. And then when she started visiting me in the hospital every day, oh, maybe, who knows? But it took a couple of months. But the first time we went through that, I told this the last time we were on the show, but we used to have this little red heart, and we used to hide it. Okay. And so every time we hid the heart, it was a moment. Every time we found the heart, it was a moment. And it was like, oh, okay, how do we develop those moments? Because now hiding the heart becomes more fun than finding the heart, right? So in gratitude, I just got my first public engagement. I've been doing a lot of stuff over because of COVID, but I just had my first public engagement since COVID 2 weeks ago. And I was in front of 150 Aboriginal Canadians. And they were hoping that they had seen me 25 years ago, and they were hoping that I would bring the heart. But over time, I've given out 25,000 of these, and I can't find them anymore. So I said, Heavenly Father, where do I get hearts? Where can I find the hearts? And he says, you have them. And then so when you came up, and when we came back from a break and you showed all the purple hearts, what I did was I made up these cards. And I got the purple ones and the red ones, and there's on my side. So when I told the red heart story just 2 weeks ago, and I handed out, everybody got 2 of these hearts, and it was like, how do you develop those moments? And they came back afterwards, and they slipped a note in my final envelope, and they said, Barry, you were absolutely awesome. Thank you for your honesty and willingness to be vulnerable about the shame, the alcoholism, and the sexual abuse. Your energy encouraged all of us to dig deep so we could do the same. We appreciate you. We hope to see you soon. To me, that's a moment. That's 2 weeks ago that happened. It's still sitting right in front of me because that's a moment. So now my wife and I, instead of trying to hide this little red heart because there's none left, okay, now we do this. Now we hide these, and you could hide these in better places. You can put them in a loaf of bread. You can put them, in the cereal box. You can do any kind of thing. So I think gratitude is all about the moments, and the moments that I've shared with the 5 of us here today. Thank you all for that. And I guess that'll be my closing comments, but I am in deep gratitude for what we did today. So thank you.
Yeah, that got the tear. I know. I saw Kaelen wiping her eyes. That got some tears coming forth for me too. Thank you, Barry. That's beautiful. I want to highlight one more audience comment, but she's not just an audience member. She's one of our hosts. I want to highlight Gloria Rand's gratitude. She said, "I'm so grateful for good friends and this show that always lifts my heart." I second that absolutely. And thank you, Gloria, for sharing with us. Thank you to all of today's panelists. We're not done yet. Let's do a quick, let's just say, I'm looking at the time, maybe 15 seconds. I'd love to just go around and maybe say 3 final things that you're grateful for, you'd like to close this show on. And I'll start with me. I am grateful for the experience of today's conversation. I am grateful for the reminder of how it brings me into the present moment. And I'm grateful for my ability to choose what I do and what I think next so that I can continue this momentum. That's what I'm grateful for. And I'm going to go to Andy next. Andy, 3 things you're grateful for.
I'm going to answer this in a game called What Went Well. End of every day, with your partner, with your spouse, with a loved one, ask them what went well. They respond with 3 things like you're asking us now. No complaining, no story, no buts. You just exchange what went well. Your life will transform. And that's what I'm grateful for, that exercise.
Love it. Thank you for that. Pati, I'm going to head on over to you. 3 things you're grateful for.
I am grateful that I get to begin again today for tomorrow, knowing that there are no mistakes in creativity. And I share that with you. Take that in, see what works for you, and move forward after you look forward. Thank
Love
you.
it. Absolutely. Love it. Kaelen, 3 things you're grateful for.
I am grateful for what this has created and the momentum for our viewers and for who else is meant to watch this. I am grateful for knowing that gratitude is a feeling and we get to feel all of our emotions. I am grateful. I'm grateful to be me.
Oh, I love that. Thank you. And Barry, I'm not going to let you get away without giving your last 3 gratitudes. What are you grateful for?
Well, I'm obviously grateful for the show, but it's right in the middle of our preparations for tomorrow's Thanksgiving. So I'm grateful that the kids are coming over with their spouses and our grandkids. And Karen and I are exhausted preparing for that. But I'm also grateful to God for keeping me alive so I can keep doing and bringing people one step closer to their destiny. And Kim, I'm grateful for you and Tamara for keeping this show going no matter what. You guys are such an inspiration, and I love you guys. So thank you.
We love you too. Thank you, Barry. And thank you again to all of today's panelists. I truly mean it when I say I love this conversation. Thank you to today's audience, whether you're live or on the replay with us. Thank you for sharing, for being vulnerable with what your gratitudes are, for really expressing and being here and allowing yourself to feel it. And I know someone commented saying they're going to watch this show again and tap into it. And I say, yes, do that. Allow it to uplift and help you expand anytime, every time. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you all again very, very soon. Bye, everybody.
I want to say thank you for joining us today and welcome you back next Sunday as we once again are joined by a panel of subject matter experts that will explore and focus in on our fabulous lives. Until next Sunday.